Hey everybody, welcome to the Film Pig Show on GeekNation.com, the best web show on the internet that isn't the show You're the Worst.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
Which is on FX Thursday nights 10:30 p.m., but it is actually on the internet because you can get it on iTunes. So you can go to iTunes.
iTunes, that thing.
It's called You're the Worst, and this guy's in it, and I made it, and it's funny, and we premiered, so that's a little plug. That's a plug.
That was
Good
a plug.
plug.
And you know what you need when you have plugs?
What?
You need popcorn.
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 Plugging.
For plugs.
Steve Falk is back.
Well, I missed you guys, and I missed you guys.
We missed you.
We missed you very much, Steve Falk.
Because we're running out of excuses to make, and hey, he's not here this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You
We're
needed
doing a
like
lot of
7 or 8 of them.
I know,
And how can you write 7 or 8 one-liners?
Right.
especially when
in 2 months.
when you just don't want to.
Right? No.
Yeah.
Well, yes. That is the obstacle to creativity is apathy. It's complete lack of willingness or trying,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
Anyway, I'm Stephen Falk. That's Steve Skelton. That's Todd Robert Anderson.
Hi.
And yeah, we'll get right into it, you guys. I know you've been waiting for it. And I'm not sitting in my trailer doing them anymore. But I'm here, sitting here. I'll put the exact same amount of energy as I did to those into this. And they're called Rash Judgments. And this is when we tell you if you see the movies coming out this week based on literally nothing but our own dickish opinions. And let's start with the man in back. The counterman,
The man in
the
back.
salesman, popcorn man. That's Todd Robert Anderson. And what do you got for us, Todd?
My rash judgment is for a movie called Get On Up.
What?
The James Brown story.
Dan Aykroyd's in that.
And it's got Dan Aykroyd.
You know who else it has?
Who else is in it?
Brandon Michael Smith from You're the Worst.
It's got that
He's
guy
playing
from The Other
Little
Worst.
Richard.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Synergy.
only looked at the trailer.
Synergy.
It's by the guy who directed this James Brown show. I haven't heard whether or not James Brown makes anyone a shit pie, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. It's about James Brown working his way up from terrible poverty to become the godfather of soul.
Nice.
It's what they call a biopic.
Biopic.
Ah.
Biopic.
Biopic is a biopic or biopic?
Biopic is
If you were saying biography, but pick is
I bet there's
movie.
like a mid-second act moment where he's really angry and he throws an ashtray or a plate against his dressing room window.
Yeah,
wall.
and in the trailer he shoots
Guessing.
guns
I
and
don't know
stuff.
how to pronounce it, biopic or biopic.
Yeah. I like James Brown.
Yeah.
I'm
James
curious
Brown.
about James Brown's
Sure.
story. I'm kind of sad that it stops once he becomes the godfather of soul and doesn't get into how crazy he got later. That might have been fun to add in there.
Or
but,
Rocky IV.
Yeah,
Or it was Rocky IV
Yeah, he was in
Triumph.
Rocky IV. Hopefully that'll be covered in the
Yeah.
movie.
Living in America.
But I say I
Town
want
to town.
biopic.
Station to station.
Biopics aren't always a lot of fun because they can be very formulaic. But James Brown's kind of awesome. So I would say, yeah, go see James Brown's story, Get On Up.
Yeah,
Get on up and see it.
Sorry, Chadwick
Hey.
Boseman
Yeah.
from the Jackie Robinson story.
Yeah, exactly. See that guy in this
right.
show. That's my rash judgment.
Skelton, what's your rash?
Oh, you guys, my rash is for Guardians of the Galaxy.
What is that?
It's the latest Marvel Universe movie.
Ah.
It's the unstoppable juggernaut of Marvel comic book movies.
James Gunn.
It's a James Gunn directed science fiction
Slither,
and
PG
the-
porn on YouTube.
yeah. And he's a director I really enjoy, and this is the latest Marvel Comics movie, but it's their team in intergalactic space
Yeah.
in the weird space opera world of Marvel Comics. So it's off of Earth. Stars Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec,
Sure.
but he's worked out now, so he
Yeah.
has abs to go with his quips.
Gotta have
Yes, he's
abs.
got quips and abs.
You can have one, but if you have both, that's
it-
an unstoppable
It
combination.
really,
it's
it
true.
really is. This potential. This is. I think the buzz is good on this picture show. It looks like it's kind of silly and fun and exciting.
Yeah, Bradley
And-
Cooper's a raccoon.
Yeah, Cooper is the raccoon voice, rocket voice. Vin Diesel
a
is the
tree.
giant tree who just says "I am Groot" a million different ways.
Weirdly, that's not his name.
No, it's completely unrelated.
Dumb.
But and Zoe Saldana is in it.
green.
She's green in this as opposed to blue.
I thought it
in
was
Avatar.
when I saw a trailer. I thought it was the movie about the green M&M, the hot green M&M.
Well, that might be the sequel. That might be like the post-credits sequence.
Peanut Guardians of the Galaxy.
Because there's always the post-credit sequence in the Marvel movie.
I'll
So
eat
maybe
that
it's the peanut.
green M&M.
It looks like a good, crazy, silly, fun summer show, and I'm going to go see it. We should all go see it and enjoy.
All right.
That's great.
That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
Like
of the
two
Galaxy.
positive, 2 thumbs up on Rash Judgments. Are there any more?
Let's give
Rash
James.
Judgments?
This is James Gunn in a big, major, giant,
No.
bajillion-dollar movie.
I love
Let's
Gunn.
do it.
I'm behind this
Let's do
100%.
this.
Do you like Irish priests? Do you like stories centered around religion? Do you like Chris O'Dowd? Then you're going to like Cavalry. It's a story starring Brendan Gleeson as a priest in looks like a small Irish town, who one day a confession person comes in and says, "I'm going to kill you." And then he's like, "What? Why would you? That's messed up." And then he talks to the mean guy from that HBO show, Game of Thrones, his Aiden something or other.
Mean guy from Game of Thrones?
That one
gotta
guy.
narrow that down.
The one guy who wants the throne and he's mean.
Oh yeah, the one guy.
And kills people.
The one guy.
That
who
guy's
was
in it?
mean. Oh, the one guy who's mean and wants to be on the throne. That guy.
Chris
yeah.
O'Dowd's like a
I don't
friendly.
watch Game of Thrones.
Everybody else is really nice on
I
Game
don't
of
get
Thrones.
this reference at
Chris
all.
O'Dowd's like a friendly butcher. I cannot tell what the tone of the film is. I can't tell if it's a comedy or drama or action.
Or a dramedy.
From the trailer.
Does anyone use the phrase gobbledygook?
Yes, you do get to hear gobbledygook in a thick brogue, which sounds kind of funny. I don't know. I may see it if I'm feeling adventurous. I wouldn't say thumbs up. I wouldn't say thumbs down because it looks to have quality behind it.
Thumbs
quality
at the ready.
people. So the thumbs are like they don't know. They don't know. They're just in my pocket
Pocket thumbs.
doing stuff, and that's Rash Judgments.
That sounds weird.
Now, you guys, for all our snark, we truly love movies.
Yes.
Not only do we love movies, we love actors.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thought we would sit down because I don't think actors are praised enough.
No.
Certainly not paid enough.
No,
No.
they're not paid enough.
Or entitled
They're not praised enough.
enough.
They're not paid attention to enough.
They're not gift suited enough.
Yeah, no.
So-
Not our gift bags.
Well, we
gifts,
thought
not
we
enough
would
of those.
our own personal gifting suite, which is the following, and that is where we write love letters to our favorite movie stars.
Oh.
It's really for you guys, the movie stars in our audience.
I know they're all watching.
Yeah.
Well, one of them isn't.
So what should we do, guys?
He's watching from the heavens.
We should roll it!
Dear Karl Urban, there is a sensitive soul peeking out from behind those rugged good looks. And that's what makes you so perfect to play Bones in those new Star Trek movies that really make no sense when you think about it. But who could forget the support you lent to features like Ghost Ship, Doom, and those Riddick movies? Well, a lot of people don't, because those movies were completely forgettable and tanked at the box office, but I remember. And more importantly, my wife remembers. My wife thinks you're hot. And when we watch you turn in a performance from behind a mask, like in the criminally underrated Dread, my wife gets really, really horny. When the movie's over, you're not there in the living room. I am. And I get laid. See? I love you, Karl Urban.
Hi, this is my love letter. Dearest Peter O'Toole, few artists can lay claim to the dual title of movie star and celebrated actor. Fewer still can do so when they're drunk for a good portion of their career. But your incredible craftsmanship and your magnetic screen presence makes you, without question, one of the greatest movie stars of all time and my favorite. Your stardom is best measured by two of your films. breaking through to stardom in 1962's Lawrence of Arabia in one of the greatest screen performances, in one of the greatest epic films ever, cemented you from your first frame as a capital M, capital S movie star. And this was like your first breakthrough role. You did it with such ease and such electricity in your beautiful, piercing eyes that it seemed like you'd done it for the 100th time. And that's Peter O'Toole, the movie star. Contrasting that, 1982's My Favorite Year has you playing Alan Swan, a washed-up, alcoholic former movie star at the end of his career, staggering his way into 1950s variety television. Now, this performance could have easily been overshadowed by your own life and your own situation, because at the time you made this movie in the early 80s, it was the tail end of your movie stardom. And a lesser actor would have made it sad and not imbued it with the fun and humor and delightfulness that you did, which is what elevated that role and that film. That's Peter O'Toole, the actor. So thank you, Peter O'Toole, for Lawrence of Arabia. Thank you for My Favorite Year and everything you've done in between as an actor, a movie star, and both. You're my favorite and you're gorgeous.
Dear Jeff Goldblum, hi. In honor of you and the fact that it never seems like you know your lines, I'm going to improv this, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being such a supreme weirdo on screen and off. I first noticed you in The Big Chill, where you were very weird and you made weird hand gestures, and you went on to do that in a lot of movies. The Fly, one of my personal favorites. You were very weird. You made a lot of weird hand gestures. You went on to then bulk up and date Gina Davis. And you were still weird in movies like Earth Girls Are Easy. You made a lot of weird hand gestures. You went on to have a very varied career, broke up with Gina Davis, stopped taking steroids and stopped bulking up. You settled into a later life career of Jurassic Park and then TV after that. And now you're sort of settled into a older mentor slash protective boss slash weird older guy role. And you continue to be weird and make strange hand gestures. Through it all, you've always been entertaining, even though it's clear you have no idea what you're saying in most of your films. And you're just you. You're always Jeff Goldblum. We always know. It's never, oh, who's that? Oh, that's Jeff Goldblum. No. You're always just playing Jeff Goldblum. And I admire that because you've made a really good career about that. But what I like most about you, Jeff Goldblum, is when I saw you play jazz recently on Hillhurst in Los Angeles, and you hit on your violin player constantly. You talked about having video sex with your hot young girlfriend. And then you played, and best of all, the reason I'm saying this letter, you played between lethargic, apathetic jazz songs where you kind of just tinkered for maybe 4 measures on your solos and just went back to looking at the audience and trolling for girls to stare at creepily. You played the Kevin Bacon game, but with yourself. So the audience would try to get link from a movie star or a movie back to you in a few steps. I thought that revealed an amazing hubris and at the same time an incredible sense of humor that you always bring to your roles. So Jeff Goldblum, I hope you continue to say your lines strangely and make weird hand gestures for the next 30, 40 years.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you done with your letter? Because I wanted to do a love letter of my own.
Todd, where's Todd? Alan, I don't think you're on this week.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here this week to plug next week's appearance. I'll be here next week.
Oh.
So watch next week. Stop watching this one now. Watch next week.
Okay, I'm gonna go find security. Okay.
Okay. Well, I saw the security guard. He's real fat. So I got a second to read my love letter to Tom Cruise. Dear Tom Cruise, you've always been my favorite movie star. You're the biggest movie star in the world. And that's why I write to you today to remind you that even though Edge of Tomorrow did not do as well domestically as it should have, even though I saw it twice in the theater. It's a rad movie, and don't get down about it. Remember, you're the biggest star in the movie town, and I'll prove it to you. Jack Reacher, you wouldn't have to reach me to go see that, because I'm already there. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, hey, if I die and I become a ghost, oh, my protocol is going to be at the theater watching that movie. Valkyrie, I mean, Valka-me, Lions for Lambs, I'd make that trade any day. War of the Worlds, how about War of the Girls, right? Outside the theater when you left after the screening of the premiere of that movie, probably had to beat him down with a stick. Don't forget, you're a movie star. Collateral, the only collateral damage here is all the people that are not as awesome as you, they're gonna die. Minority Report? Teacher, I got a report. It's the Minority Report. It's Tom Cruise's movie. A+. Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible me at the theater, just like I was there for Ghost Protocol. Eyes Wide Shut, not when I'm watching Eyes Wide Shut, eyes wide open, don't miss a thing. Interview with the Vampire, bite me. I want to be the vampire. The Firm, yeah, these things are firm. On you, buddy. You're doing great. Keep running. Born on the 4th of July? I was born on March 12th, and yet I still related to it. The Color of Money? It's green. You taught me that. Legend? Well, we know who the real legend is. You. Hey, so keep on keeping on. You're the biggest movie star in the world, and no amount of box office success means whatever.
All right, that was love letters.
I loved it.
It was
I
so
loved
much.
love
There was so
letters.
much love.
Who was
and
that
you could feel
guy
it.
at the end, though?
Yeah.
That was weird.
It was
I
like
thought
a
you
walk
let
on.
him
We had a
in.
walk on.
I
Well,
didn't let him in. That
That was weird.
gotta talk to
but
security.
I don't disagree with his point of view.
No,
No,
I,
it was,
I agree
mean,
too.
he was on point.
You guys, I feel like we had reunions.
We did.
We really
it felt
did.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like we
It
had-
was- it's like it feels like it feels like home.
We had introductions. We had
Yeah.
popcorn.
Yep.
We
Yep.
had love letters.
Yeah.
We had rash judgments.
Yes.
We had a weird stranger. I kind of
Strange,
feel like
yeah, it was.
we should go out on top.
I think we should.
Yeah.
We should kind of call it a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should can this. fucker.
Well,
you mean stop doing the show?
no, not for good.
Okay.
Just for now. So on behalf of Popcorn Man, Todd Robert Anderson, Usher, Steve Skelton, and me, countersitter, Stephen Falk, I would just like to say thank you for watching, and please tune in to You're the Worst on FX at
Double
10:30 on Thursday nights. You're the worst.
Oh, and buy the feature film Fuzz Track City on DVD, or you can download it from Amazon.
Amazon. And until
Until next week, you guys, the concession stand is closed due to health code violations of the extremist order.